Welcome back to this edition of Grizzlies Daily. I'm your host, Malik. And remember when I told y'all that Media Day we were going to hear a bunch of updates? Well, today's Media Day, and we got the updates beforehand. And all I got to say is, I was happy going into this season. And then the Grizzlies PR Twitter account proceeded to just ruin all hope I had for the start of the season. I can't even lie. It's really devastating. If for context, the Grizzlies PR account to me is like that. I'm sure y'all understand this one. It's like you're just chilling, and you relax and you got everything figured out. You think everything good, and then all of a sudden your baby mom just come out of nowhere and just ruin everything. That's kind of what that's like. That's the kind of relationship I got with the Grizzlies PR Twitter account. And just to give you context, the baby mom I'm referring to, if you watch Tyler Perry, is when Tiana Taylor was Bow Wow's baby mom and was screaming Byron all across the movie. Hopefully that brings context to how much I do not like the Grizzlies PR account. But yeah, let's switch gears now because really boy, y'all don't understand. I really hope y'all don't understand this one because the news I'm about to bring to y'all. So, the Grizzlies today announced the following medical updates. Zach Edey underwent surgery to address laxity in his left ankle on June 7th. Has been cleared to begin ramping up basketball activities, and he is expected to return to play in 6 to 9 weeks. That's actually pretty good to hear. That's the best case scenario. So that means Zach Edey will miss about maybe a month and a half at most. That we can live with. That we can live with that. Well, actually, really, that's more like close to 2 months. We can live with that. We expected that. This one, though, this one. Jaren Jackson Jr., who underwent a procedure to repair a turf toe injury in his right foot on July 2nd, has been cleared to begin ramping up basketball activities. He is expected to return to play in 4 to 6 weeks. I didn't expect that one. So Jaren's going to be out for the first month of the season. And the Grizzlies have one of the most grueling, and I mean grueling, starts to the season for any team. If you don't remember, the Grizzlies, the Grizzlies' first few games are very tough. In fact, I'm going to pull this list back up from when we talked about it, if I can find it, because I have it right here, and it really is a tough set of games. I'm really hoping to bring this here. I probably should have prepared this beforehand. I just didn't think I started talking about it, but like it's really crazy when you think about it. So I think I have it pulled up right here. Let's see. I do not. I do not. I do not. I do not. Wow. Oh. All right. I do not. But to give you an example, we'll just pull it up because I know exactly what the stretch is. It's that stretch of time. It's that stretch of games between October 31st and like November 18th, I believe. So after playing, the first 3 games, things start to ramp up. So October 27th, you play the Warriors and go in San Francisco. Then you get a break with the Suns. Then after that, you play the Lakers. Then you play the Raptors. Then you play the Pistons. Then you play the Rockets. Then you play the Mavericks. Then you play the Thunder. Then you play the Knicks. Then you play the Celtics. Then you play the Cavaliers. And then you play the Spurs. That's just like 2 weeks of games. Like that changes things. That really does change things. And geez, I did not expect that update, but here we are. Here we are. And I got nothing to say. And also in this tweet, I forgot to point it out. They did point out that Cedric Howard is expected to be a full participant in training camp following the completion of its rehabilitation of a left shoulder injury that was sustained in November 2024 while at Washington State. Understandable. We already kind of knew that because that's what he told us. Now let's switch gears. Brandon Clarke is hurt again. Yeah, you heard that right. Brandon Clarke is hurt again. In this same tweet, the Grizzlies said Brandon Clarke has fully healed from a high-grade right PCL strain that was sustained on March 19th. That was the one that we was waiting to hear. We thought Brandon Clarke was going to be good for the start of the season. However, in connection with recent off-season training, he has experienced right knee synovitis, which will require an arthroscopic procedure to address. His return to play timeline will be announced following the procedure, but a full recovery is expected. And to give you an idea of how long this could take, he will be reevaluated in 6 weeks, according to Shams. I got to be honest with you. I've tried. I genuinely have tried when it comes to Brandon Clarke. I just don't see how he stays on this roster. I really don't. It's too many injury issues. I genuinely am not surprised. I genuinely would not be surprised he gets traded. It'll be a really unfortunate day. It really will, because Brandon Clarke was expected to be a franchise cornerstone for this team. But with the history of injuries, it's just hard to think of keeping him around. I mean, I'm looking at his injury history, and it is the change in his first few years to the last 3 has been insane. Like, obviously, he had his Achilles injuries. He had that. Then he had multiple injuries over the course since 2022. Like, I just don't get how you deal with them. I got to be honest. I just don't see how the Grizzlies keep him around any much longer, and it's crazy to think. Now, the Grizzlies are really hurt. But keep in mind, majority of the people we just named, those are 3 front court pieces. That's a center and 2 power forwards, and a power forward that can't play a center. Like, that is a lot of shifting before the start of the season. And now everything is coming into question, because what are these lineups going to look? What are these lineups going to look? And I have something right here. It's from Underdog, and they put out a projected lineup, and I can't lie to y'all, we'll be lucky to be a couple games over 500. I just got to be honest. The projected starting 5 for the Grizzlies is Ja Morant, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Jalen Wells, Santi Aldama, and Jock Landale. Yeah, that's the roster. That's the projected starting 5 for opening day. I have no words. I actually have no words. Like, I don't know what to say right now. That changes things. I thought for sure, maybe I'm tripping. I thought for sure we'd have Jaren. I can't lie. And then, other things. It is what it is. Hey, things happen. All I can say is, though, because of these changes and because of these updates, we should expect minutes from PJ Hall. And I would be surprised if other players got, beneficial minutes, because like I said, this is how it is with those injury updates. This is what we deal with. And now, look, it's all over the place right now. I can't even lie to y'all. It is all over the place, but we're here now. We are here. Man, talk about how life comes at you fast. Anyways, the training camp roster. They did announce the training camp roster, and in fact, I can actually pull this up for y'all. Give me just 1 second. So we did get the training camp roster revealed, and obviously, you got the regular guys like Santi, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Brandon Clarke, Cedric Howard. Y'all know the regulars. So I'll just pull out the notable names of people on here. You got Tyler Burton, who played very good. In the summer league. He's pretty good if you didn't watch him. Obviously, PJ Hall, he's on the 2-way contract now. And like I say, I wouldn't be surprised if he got minutes for the first bit of the season. I wouldn't be surprised. We got Braxton Key, who we did say the Grizzlies brought in on the training camp deal. Let's see. We got Lawson Lovren, who's also on the training camp deal. We got Olivier Maxis Prosper, who the Grizzlies, I believe, signed on a 2-way deal. You got Javon Small, obviously Grizzlies got on the 2-way. And then that's really it. You got, like I said, you got the regulars, but those are just some of the notable names that you probably didn't think about. There's no telling how this is gonna look. I got to be honest with y'all. I don't know what we're gonna hear at media day, but I don't know what to expect. I mean, this really changes things because I really did not expect the whole lineup shift like that. Usually you get like a few, but this is crazy. I can't lie. This is crazy. I got nothing. I'm genuinely speechless right now. And my God, I didn't know that PJ Hall was only 6'8". Okay, this is really okay. I don't know what the Grizzlies are gonna do, but they got to figure it out because front court wise, we are undermined and we are undermanned. That's what I meant. It's a lot, but hopefully they can figure it out, and hopefully we hear some good things at Media Day. So obviously, as we get updates at Media Day, I'll definitely make sure to let y'all know, and I'll bring you those updates in the next episode. But if you like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Give me your thoughts on the injury updates because y'all been asking for them. So let me know what y'all think about that. Subscribe and turn on post notifications so you get notified when the next episode comes out. As for the edition of Grizzlies Daily, my name's Melek, and I'll be signing off.